He has scored more than 700 goals for club and country. He has beaten Bayern Munich's own goalkeepers more times than most strikers face them in a career. He captained Poland into 2 World Cups, and on June 29, 2026, at 37 years old, Robert Lewandowski put pen to paper on a Major League Soccer contract. Not a farewell tour, not a retirement lap, a designated player deal through the 2027 to 2028 season with a club that has not lifted a Major League Soccer trophy since 1998. This is how Chicago Fire just changed the calculus of the entire league. Act 1. The free agent nobody expected to land in America from 0 minutes 45 seconds to 2 minutes 30 seconds. Visual, Barcelona jersey number 9, La Liga trophy footage. Narration. Start with the resume, because it matters for what comes next. Lewandowski spent 4 seasons at FC Barcelona, closing out his time there with 83 league goals and 19 assists across 134 appearances. Before that, 8 seasons combined at Borussia Dortmund and Bayern Munich, where he became the Bundesliga's all-time leading foreign scorer, a Champions League title, multiple domestic crowns, a runner-up finish for the Ballon d'Or. Visual, split screen, Poland national team captaincy, caps counter graphic. For Poland, he's the record holder outright. 167 caps, 89 goals, captain since 2013. By total career goals for club and country, he sits behind only Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi among active players. Visual, free agency graphic, contract expiration timeline. When his Barcelona contract ran out this summer, the expected next stop was the Saudi Pro League, or a lucrative short-term stopover somewhere in Europe. Instead, Chicago made its move and got him. Act 2. Why Chicago? Why now? Visual, Greg Berhalter photo, USMNT sideline, then Chicago Fire sideline. Narration. To understand this deal, you have to understand who's running Chicago's front office. Greg Berhalter, the same Greg Berhalter who coached the U.S. men's national team at the 2022 World Cup, is now Chicago's head coach and director of football, a dual role the club built specifically for him. Berhalter has been direct about the ambition behind this signing, raising the standard of the entire organization, not just adding a name to a roster. Visual, Eastern Conference standings graphic, Chicago highlighted. And the timing lines up with results. At the World Cup break, Chicago sat 3rd in the Eastern Conference with 26 points and 8-4-2 record after returning to the playoffs last season for the first time since 2017. This is not a rebuilding club buying a name for ticket sales. It's a team already positioned to contend, adding a proven finisher to push it further. Visual, Hugo Kuiper's stat graphic, 13 goals. There's also a tactical question sitting right in front of the club. Chicago already has a leading scorer in Hugo Kuipers, sitting on 13 goals this season. Does Lewandowski slot in alongside him as a strike partner? Does he take the central striker role outright and push Kuipers wide or into a rotation? Berhalter hasn't locked in an answer publicly, and how he solves it will shape Chicago's second half. Visual, MLS rulebook graphic. Designated player mechanism explainer. One mechanical note that matters for context. Lewandowski signed during the window that opened July 13, MLS's secondary transfer period. Designated players signed in this window carry a smaller salary cap charge than one signed in the spring, part of why star signings tend to cluster here, and part of why this is the moment MLS rosters get their biggest jolts. Major League Soccer has built its identity for 2 decades around exactly this kind of signing, bringing established global stars into the league in the second half of their careers. It is the same mechanism that brought international stars to the league's biggest markets over the past 2 summer windows. But Lewandowski's arrival is a different kind of statement. Unlike a marketing first move, this is a 37-year-old who was still producing at an elite level in La Liga last season, not padding a highlight reel, but arriving with genuine goal-scoring output attached to the name. Visual: Chicago market map, Soldier Field exterior. For Chicago specifically, this is about more than the standings. The Fire have gone without a trophy since the league's early years in one of the country's largest media markets. A signing at this level is designed to do two things at once: raise the ceiling on the field and raise the club's profile off it. Visual: league-wide context, League's Cup logo, other designated player signings from around the league. It also raises the stakes around the league. Chicago isn't the only club that moved aggressively in this window. Columbus added a designated player from Real Sociedad. Charlotte brought in a League One winger to replace a departing designated player, and more moves are expected before the secondary window closes September 2nd. Lewandowski's signing sets a new bar for what aggressive looks like. Act 4. The open questions. Visual: question marks over Chicago Firecrest. Narration: none of this guarantees anything. Lewandowski still needs his P1 visa and international transfer certificate finalized before he's eligible to play, a paperwork process that's routine but not instant. Chicago still has to figure out its best attacking shape. And a 37-year-old striker, however elite, brings a real question about minutes management across a long MLS season plus playoffs. Visual: calendar graphic, July 16th season restart, Vancouver Whitecaps matchup. The Fire return from the World Cup break on July 16th against the Vancouver Whitecaps, the first test of what this roster actually looks like with its biggest name potentially still working through paperwork. Visual: season trajectory graphic. What's not in question is the message this sends. Chicago Fire didn't sign Robert Lewandowski to sell jerseys and disappear from contention. They signed him with a coach who has something to prove, a roster already built to compete, and an entire second half of the season to show whether this was a marketing coup or the signing that finally ends a 28-year trophy drought. That's the Lewandowski deal, the facts, the context, and what actually comes next. If you want the next story, we're tracking the USMNT's World Cup exit and the controversy that shadowed it into the round of 16. That breakdown is coming next.